It is already one of the most evocative and emotive cars in the world. I've always considered it one of the most fun cars I've driven. That's the Jaguar F-Type. A car that brings passion, emotion to form and combines it with performance too, in an all-too-mad kind of way. And then it got a booster shot when it was given the SVR treatment. I had an all-too-brief encounter with it in April 2016. More on that later, and I have waited patiently until a few weeks ago when I had the chance once again to put this beast to the test. And this time it was a more comprehensive drive with more time spent behind its wheel and having it to myself on a test track. So in the context of Jaguar Land Rover, the minute you put SVR on the end of it, that name becomes a little extra special. And on the F-Type, of course, it had to be even more so. Now, it holds quite a lot of promise, this car, 568 bhp, and the kind of dynamic that's going to make it really fun on different kind of surfaces, especially on the track. And I know what you're thinking. Why is he still talking when he could be out there driving the thing? Why indeed? So if I call the F-Type mad, the SVR variant is certifiably insane. It takes the biggest engine in the JLR universe, the 5-litre supercharged V8, and squeezes even more juice out of it to give you 568 bhp of raw power. Throw in a ludicrous 700 Nm of peak torque and the mental picture starts to emerge. Not that I'm complaining. I got the chance to check out the F-Type SVR at JLR's own test track in Gaydon. Interesting, since I had driven this track a few times, and the first time in an XK, the F-Type's predecessor. So it was 2 years ago, to the date actually, that I first drove an SVR. It was a really short experience, but it was unforgettable because I made a lot of noise with the car. It was just on the eve of the New York Auto Show inside the Park Avenue tunnel in Manhattan. Here's a quick recap for you.
Perfect. Enjoy that?
Oh yeah.
Alright, so that was just before the New York Auto Show and in the Park Avenue tunnel making lots of noise with the SVR, and it was just like tasting blood that day, and I had to drive the car a little bit more, and finally today I get to do that. This supercharged 5-litre V8 has been developed using learnings from Jaguar's Project 7 that was made in limited numbers. A lightweight titanium and Inconel exhaust system that saves 16 kgs, an optional carbon fiber bonnet, a huge rear wing, a new front end setup, and optional carbon ceramic disc brakes. The F-Type SVR has it all. The SVR is 37% stiffer too than the regular stock car. It sounds like $1 million as it screams down the track. It will give you the feeling that it's egging you on, and so you'll easily cross 200 km/h before you can say, "What the F-Type?" It will corner like a banshee and smoke up like a 70s flower child. Yes, the F-Type is simply delicious in its SVR alter ego. Top speed is 322 km/h and 0 to 100 is done in 3.7 seconds flat. Yes, let that sink in. Well, nice and windy, a little bit cold here in Gaydon, typical English weather. Now, the F-Type has a legion of followers ever since it first came out, and with the SVR, that cult has just only grown. You see, the thing is that it brings in its terrific reputation, but then with that, you also get the super sport status. Add to that the fact that it's also a great everyday car. And that is perhaps why the F-Type SVR was a good idea. Given the regular F-Type was plenty fun, the SVR adds a layer of riotous fun on top of that, while still giving you an easy daily driver. Bookings for the car opened in India last month, and it's priced at 2 crore 65 lakh rupees ex-showroom. And yes, if you're wondering, you can get it in coupe or convertible form.